back to my channel. If you're new here, hello. My name is Palmyra and I love chatting about skincare, makeup, and all things beauty. If you're new here, I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you so much for all of the support on my last video that I did in collaboration with the lovely Amanda Z. That was so much fun to make, and if you'd like to see a morning skincare routine, please comment below and let me know because I would love to share that with you guys as well. I wanted to continue the conversation about best products of 2020. Had those videos queued up and ready to go with the lovely blue wall background that we know and love, and then I didn't really like the sound quality in them. So here I am again, re-recording the last two videos in this series, last two or three, and I want to share them with you because even though we're in 2021, I still wanted to give you my product favorites from 2020 because I have tried a lot of products. So without further ado, let's get into this one. This is going to be my favorite treatment products of 2020. These are targeted serums, targeted actives. These are products that are really meant to do something fundamental and change the quality of your skin. And these are the ones that stood out to me the most. First up, we have the Niod Modulating Glucosides. You guys know this is a holy grail product for me. As someone who has had an inflamed barrier and sensitivity issues, this is truly a product that I just need to have on hand at all times. I feel so bad every time I mention it, you guys tell me it's out of stock, and I know it's been out of stock for a while. I did recently find one website that still carried it, so if that's still a thing, I will put it in the description box below. But anyway, this is just such a standout product to me. If you have eczema, if you have dermatitis, you have chronic dryness, you have rosacea, this product was really formulated with those skin types in mind. Not only is this serum meant to target symptoms such as redness, irritation, itchiness, stinging, burning, but it's also actually meant to help over time repair the skin barrier. I would also recommend it to anyone who has acne because acne really also is a symptom of an inflamed skin barrier, and this is the kind of product that should not trigger any kind of allergy or acne, but can really help strengthen that skin barrier while you're using other retinoids or strong skin actives to help treat that acne. Now, as far as ingredients, this contains squalane at the top, which is a non-comedogenic oil that really mimics our own skin's natural sebum, making it one of my absolute favorite ingredients that I like to see in different skincare products. And then we have various emollients and humectants, such as glycerin, triglycerides, pentylene glycol. I'll put the entire list right here. Now, once we get those out of the way, we have the actual actives that are meant to target the inflammation themselves. We have bisabolol, which is from chamomile, and it's high in panthenol, which is an ingredient that really promotes skin healing. We also have the glucosides. Am I going to pretend that I know how to pronounce them? Absolutely not. I'm going to list them here. Otherwise, you're going to see me stumble over my words. But let me tell you what these glucosides do. So these are different compounds that are joined to a glucose molecule, and namely green tea, rosemary, and gallic acid, and caffeine. And these compounds have been found to reduce a ton of inflammation, and they also inhibit histamine release, which is what occurs in our body when we're experiencing an allergic reaction. So you've got that right. If you've tried a product and it's giving you an allergic reaction, or you've recently overexfoliated and your skin is irritated, this is the perfect product to reach for to kind of soothe and settle everything down. It also is chock full of natural moisturizing factors. These are basically amino acids, and they have a ton of functions in skin health, and they basically help support your skin barrier. I'm going to list them all here. And if you thought the list ended there, it just doesn't. It also contains a special kind of peptide that I will pop the name of here that basically signals your skin cells to calm down.
Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm!
And it also contains Tasmanian pepperberry extract, which is what the ordinary AHA BHA peel contains, and it's what gives it its red color. And that is a really powerful antioxidant as well. The texture of this product is kind of unique. It's kind of mucusy, I would say. It kind of looks like mucus too. It's this yellow greenish color. It doesn't have any kind of unpleasant odor, but it is unscented. So it's going to have whatever is the natural scent of the product itself. And it's quite light, spreadable, and feels very lightweight, but hydrating at the same time. I don't think that it feels heavy in any way, so if you're combination or oily, or as I mentioned, acne prone, I don't think that you would have a hard time with this. It also does not pill under any products as far as I have noticed, so it makes it the perfect step in my routine. I like to apply this after any kind of water-based serum and underneath moisturizer, and I use this morning and night. I also use it if I'm using a really harsh retinol, then I will put this before my retinol step as a way to kind of minimize any possible irritation. But 10 out of 10 from me, get yourself this product. Next up, we have the Topicals Faded. This is a relatively new brand and a new product to me, but I have absolutely been loving it, and I've been testing it out for the last few months. I absolutely love this brand and what they stand for. I think they bring a real positive approach to the skincare community, and if you haven't checked them out before, you definitely should. This is their Faded targeted treatment, and this is really meant to help anyone suffering from hyperpigmentation, either post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation or even sun damage and sunspots, melasma. This is meant to really target it all in a very effective but gentle way. So this product actually retails for $36 and you get 1.7 fluid ounces of product. Now it contains a bunch of really amazing effective ingredients, including tranexamic acid, which is amazing for any kind of hyperpigmentation as it prevents melanocytes, which are the cells that produce dark pigment on the skin, from creating too much melanin, so from overproducing melanin. It actually prevents the process in the first place. And it also contains licorice root extract, which is a very anti-inflammatory ingredient. Now, something that people forget is when you're dealing with any kind of hyperpigmentation, you're going to want to look for products that actually target inflammation, as the hyperpigmentation in itself is an inflammatory response. It also contains azelaic acid, which is really going to prevent any kind of pigmentation from sun damage and stress, as well as kojic acid, which is another powerful brightening ingredient, niacinamide, which is both anti-inflammatory and skin brightening, and it also contains Centella asiatica, one of my favorite anti-inflammatory ingredients that not only helps take down irritation, but also boosts collagen production. Now, in terms of the texture, this is definitely more of a thick ointment kind of texture. It's a little bit richer, a little bit thicker, which I don't mind because it is kind of a powerful acid ingredient base. It does smell kind of like, it has a weird smell. I'm gonna smell it so that I can tell you. It smells, and I said this to my boyfriend and he agreed, it smells like chicken broth. I can't really explain it. It smells like chicken broth, which is not terrible, and it does dissipate in time, but it's definitely there. So if you hate that idea, just be forewarned. It also, I just wish, the packaging itself is really cute, of course, but it does have the tendency of when you open it, it can spill out towards the sides, which is annoying, especially if you are trying to conserve the product. I just opened it to smell it, and of course it spilled out the sides, which I kind of hate. Other than that, I would say that the texture is on the stickier side, so you don't actually need a lot of product. I usually just use a little larger than a pea-sized amount and dispense that over the skin. I also do have some hyperpigmentation around one of my under eyes, and I'm not quite sure which one, but I will insert footage here, and I'm still working on lightening that up, but I do see changes. They're just a little bit slow, and that is totally okay and very normal when it comes to hyperpigmentation. You should be very wary of any kind of topical treatment that's going to promise results in 4 weeks. That's not usually how it works. Unfortunately, with hyperpigmentation, results are slow, but I have found this to be a slow, steady, and consistent product, which is why it's a standout for me. Next up, we have a retinol. This is the Obagi Retinol 1% cream. The reason I love this retinol is because it's one of the most potent over-the-counter retinols that I have found that does not absolutely destroy my skin. I feel like over-the-counter retinols are tough because you either have retinols that are very gentle, but it takes forever to see the results because they're just too gentle, and then you have products like the Drunk Elephant A Passione, which I don't support that brand anymore for other reasons, but that retinol absolutely destroyed my skin, and believe you me, I am not a novice when it comes to retinol. In fact, I usually get a prescription of tretinoin once a year from my dermatologist. So that was just way too much for me. But this one I find is very, very effective, but it hasn't caused intense peeling, irritation, and redness. I absolutely love it. Now, The formula itself is designed really, really intelligently because it contains shea butter, which is very, very moisturizing, as well as bisabolol, which we've already talked about being a derivative of chamomile and containing panthenol. So I feel like Obagi has already thought about ways to kind of taper down those really intense effects, those intense side effects that can happen with retinol use. That being said, love this retinol. I do feel like I see results pretty quickly, and I do feel like it is strong. I also absolutely appreciate the packaging here. This comes in a pump packaging, so I actually can just press down on it to dispense the product, and it really allows me to control the amount that I get. So dispensing a pea-sized amount is really, really easy when it's packaged in this way. I also find that the texture of this product is not too thick, not too thin. It's very spreadable. It almost feels like a lightweight lotion. And that's really important because I feel like I'm able to spread this amount very evenly across the skin. And if you don't know the benefits of retinol, I'd be happy to make an entire separate series about retinol, including some of my favorites. But this is why this one has stood out to me. It does have a higher price tag, but for the sophistication of the formula and the results, I will continue to repurchase it. Next up, we have the Glow Recipe Plum Hyaluronic Serum. I love the packaging and I think it's a really great serum. I also love the Vichy Mineral 89 serum, and that is a lot more affordable. So I will pop that link in the description box below. And if you want to hear me talk about it, go ahead and watch my evening skincare routine, and I have talked about it in the past. But that being said, I really like this option if you are looking for a bit of a higher end hyaluronic acid serum experience. Hyaluronic acid is a humectant that plumps up the skin, as the name suggests, and it basically prevents transepidermal water loss, which is the reason a lot of us end up feeling like our skin looks old and dry when we're young. And those lines and tightness on the face is usually not premature aging, but rather dehydration. And a serum like this is great for any skin type and can help combat those signs of dehydration. Now, not only does this serum contain 5 different molecular weights of hyaluronic acid, which is going to be very effective for making sure that your skin properly absorbs that humectant and that it does its job. But as the name suggests, this product is also full of different kind of plum extracts. Not gonna attempt to pronounce them, I'm just gonna list them on the screen, but these are basically antioxidants that really help hydrate and nourish the skin. For me, this serum stands out because it contains those 5 different weights of hyaluronic acid, and also the texture. It feels amazing on the skin. It spreads really, really evenly, and it has kind of like a gel-like texture. And I feel like it's really hard to formulate a hyaluronic acid serum that isn't sticky and doesn't feel kind of, I guess, tight would be the good operative word. If you are applying it on damp skin, if it is not a sophisticated formulation, it can kind of dry weird. It can also pill. But I find that this serum dries and dissipates into almost nothing, and it feels really smooth and soft and silky on the skin, which is again probably another reason why it has that higher price point. But that being said, I absolutely love this serum, and for those of you who want a more sensorial experience in terms of the texture of your hyaluronic acid products, this is definitely an A+ for me. Next up, we have the Vichy LiftActiv Peptide-C Anti-Aging Ampoules. This is one of my favorite vitamin C treatments ever. So Vichy and SkinCeuticals are actually owned by the same company, L'Oreal, and there's a lot of buzz in the skincare community that Vichy might have a very, very similar formula, and after trying out both, I have to say that I noticed some similarities. If you want to see a comparison video, let me know. These are formulated a little bit differently, and the way it works is you actually break one of these glass ampoules open. You do this very carefully, and it opens and breaks very, very easily. There's no shattering of glass, nothing like that. It was designed really, really well. Vichy then ends up giving you this plastic cap that you fit over the glass ampoule, as well as this little top here that you can use to close the bottle when you're done. So essentially now you have a little serum and you can dispense it using the little plastic attachment. And you keep the attachment and reuse it over each new ampule. So the reason that it's formulated in this kind of bizarre way is because these sterile glass ampules keep the formula really, really fresh. And because Vichy doesn't have to spend a ton of money and time and technology in keeping maybe a larger serum packaging sterile and stable, then they can actually sell these ampules to you for a much more affordable price. In each ampule, you have a formula of phytopeptides, 10% ascorbic acid vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, and Vichy's proprietary mineral water, which contains a bunch of minerals, which is supposed to be very hydrating and soothing as well. So this is a 10-day course, and it's meant to target anything from hyperpigmentation, crow's feet, and fine lines. For me personally, I don't have crow's feet, but I do have some fine lines, and I also have a little forehead line that pops up every now and again. I absolutely love this course. I think it is one of the most sophisticated ascorbic acids that you can get without paying a super hefty price tag. The way I use these is I open up one of the glass ampules and I use half of it in the morning and half of it at night. And the next day I open up a new one, and I do see a difference after the 10-day course. I feel like my skin is brighter. I do have a small face, so I will say one of these glass ampules goes such a long way, and sometimes I just feel like I have so much serum left over. So what I actually like to do is I like to take it down my neck, down my chest, and on the backs of my hands, because these are areas that show our age very, very fast. So I do feel like you get a good value for the money, and I will continue to repurchase these. I feel like they're kind of a secret, and I'm now sharing it with all of you. All right, you guys, now that concludes my top treatment products of 2020. I hope this was helpful. Please comment below what your favorite treatments of 2020 have been. What products have you been using that you feel has really, really changed the quality of your skin this year? Please let me know. And if you like videos like these, give this video a thumbs up, and stay tuned for a moisturizer favorites video coming your way very, very soon. I'm wishing you a wonderful week and a wonderful start to your 2021, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye!